The home of the common Joe and the common Sally in the know, even more so than all those media talking heads. Come on, come on. It's the USC Skittle Shitter Ass Clown Circus Show, starring Linky Boy, also known as Tebow, the bitch out west, Lincoln Riley, and his fingernail painting spastic mongoloid quarterback, Caleb Williams. And in this episode, the monkeys in the zoo, playing in their poo, show us how to screw up a spring game. Let's talk about it. Well, it's another exciting show, and this is going to be one of those favorite shows that everybody enjoys. Well, except those Skittle Shitters in LA. It's going to be another Linky Boy grilling session. On the Outlaw of College Football, that's me, the OCF, also known as JPC, Jesse Paul Clark on Facebook, spelled JSSC without the I, and on Twitter at OCF Productions. Now, getting right to it here, I saw a little article that was sent to me, by the way, by one of my loyal listeners, Brandon Dunn, also known as Kane Reads on YouTube. And in this article that Brandon sent me, it says that Caleb Williams only played one series in the spring game. Now, if I'm the fans of USC, and they're not going to admit to it because they're always status quo and don't question anything coming out of USC or that liberalized state out there, California. But if I was a USC fan, I'd be sort of pissed off if I come to the spring game, especially if they had to pay for that. I don't know if they do this for free. Some people do it for free, some people don't. But I paid for that, and I didn't get to see Caleb Williams. I mean, that goes in tow with what this crappy-ass NBA does now, with these players sitting out about 30 games a year because their toenail hurts. But I'd be pissed off. If I paid money to come see Caleb Williams play, I'd be pissed off. But in this article by ESPN, I'll throw up random screenshots here. Caleb Williams and the USC offense only needed 3 plays to score on the defense. Now, ESPN's making this out to be something great, when I actually see the glass is half empty on this. It sounds to me like the status quo on the other side of the ball is the same old, same old. They go down 3 plays and score on the very first drive. The defense ain't tired yet, so you can't use that as an excuse. And they were supposed to be much improved this year. But then they go on to say that, Riley said that these players needed the valuable snaps, and that's why he didn't leave them in the game. Probably didn't leave them in the game because he wanted to get the defense torched in front of everybody once again. But, so you're telling me that Caleb Williams is such a god of a quarterback. More so than all the other famous quarterbacks going way back to Joe Montana and Peyton Manning and Tom Brady and all those great quarterbacks. He don't need to practice. I could understand only letting him play the first quarter or the second quarter. I can understand that. But just one series? Just 3 snaps? You mean tell me he's that great that he don't need any practice whatsoever? I don't know. That sounds a little bit risque to me. It sounds like Caleb Williams has got you by the leash there, Linky Boy. And the article also says the defense looked helpless. Now, this is their words, and ESPN is, they're always up anything out there in California or anything to do with Lincoln Riley. They're right up his ass all the time. But I think they made a little gaffe right here in saying that USC's defense looked helpless and like no one could stop them. They sort of put that caveat in there at the end so it didn't look like the defense was just a a pile of dung like it's always been under Lincoln Riley. Yeah. And then it says the game ended up 42-34 with the defense supposedly winning, but was spotted 24 points. The defense was spotted a negative 24 points. I guess he thinks we're playing golf. That's why I was tossing them golf balls around earlier in the lead-up. This ain't golf, man. Your defense don't get spotted 24 points to start the game. I mean, what kind of unrealistic expectations are you giving your defense going forward? I mean, hell, you're not even going to get that if you're playing UC Davis or whoever you're playing first in the beginning of the year. But the game ended up 42-34, and they want to make it out like the defense won the game 42-34, which is ass backwards to me. I don't see how you can declare the defense the winner of the game if it ended up 42-34. The way he's doing everything out there is just so ass backwards, from the yoga instructors out there teaching them how to do strength and conditioning. It's just crazy, man. You're going to spot your defense 24 points. You think anybody's going to do that for your defense next year? And y'all gave up 34 points. The defense won 42-34. But y'all gave up 34 points. And Caleb Williams didn't even play a quarter. Hell, he didn't even play 2 series. He only played 1 series. And that 1 series was only 3 snaps. And you let the second and third string quarterback score 34 points on your defense? And that's supposed to make them much improved? And it says here they give the defense points during the game for turnovers and blah, 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 and this and that. Well, guess what? It's another imaginary situation once again. I mean, you got unicorns flying out of Lincoln Riley's ass and out of his lost noodle up there. You setting your defense up for failure, brother. I mean, do you think that suddenly the NCAA is going to have an epiphany and say, damn, Lincoln Riley he's like a god among men as far as football knowledge and football epiphanies, and we're going to start giving the defense points for turnovers? In the real world, that's not going to happen. But if that was the case, then you might have a chance, man. But telling your defense, that they get points for turnovers and stuff like that, unless they score on a pick six, you're just setting them up for failure, man. I mean, hell, you might as well have them watching a film session of Drop Dead Fred. I don't know if y'all remember that movie or not, but it was a movie with Phoebe Cates in it. She had an imaginary friend that popped up out of the blue when she was like 25 years old, after being dormant for 10 years. But I just don't get what's going on out there in La La Land. I know I troll them sometimes and whatnot, but this is ridiculous. But just to reiterate before I get out of here, if you think that rewarding your defense by giving them points for turnovers or a 3-and-out situation is a good idea, yeah, you're going to make me look like Nostradamus. And the prediction of you failing is going to come abundantly and profusely true and painfully true for the USC fans out there. Because imaginary success and rewards is not going to equal realistic championships. I can promise you that, Lincoln Riley. And if you are letting your second and third string quarterbacks score 34 points on you, I can guarantee you that even a moderately average offense is going to put 40 to 50 on you, just like Tulane did. And you play Oregon this year, and I can definitely see Oregon putting 40 or 50 on you as well. And that's all I got to say about that. If you don't mind, like, share, comment, and subscribe to this channel. That's the big 4. I need those from you. That gets the algorithm pumped, keeps me up and going. And as always, KMCA to all the other teams. Also, there's a little heart down here. If you don't mind, hit that. Throw a few dollars in the coffers. Class is now officially dismissed.